Have you ever thought or dreamt about starting your own online business but thought, I'm not ready yet? Then this video is for you. Because YouTube is the place where beginners can take their imperfection and turn it into long-term success. I love YouTube because it's the perfect place for content creators in the beginning of their journey. You can create content without showing your face. You can allow yourself to see as the beginning of your journey to explore. What do you like to create? How do you like to create it? And how do you want to share it? How do you want to express it? You don't have to decide on that, and therefore you can start faceless. And what if you discover during that journey that you actually would like to try to be on camera? Don't think of that in the beginning. Think about engaging with the creation process, and you can use your own voice. You are the creator of your script, and you can record your voice, you can use stock footage, or you can film scenes from your own life. I often do that because I think it's more authentic. I often use the resources already within my phone. And I believe starting with one foot still in your current comfort zone is better than not starting at all. And you will expand on that. And you will gain confidence and gain momentum as you go. And once you go, you will start to grow. Reason number 2 why I think that YouTube is an incredible space is that you can make it. It becomes your own little digital universe. It's your own space in this huge online digital business world, and you can start from scratch with nothing but your passion and desire to create and share your unique voice as you go and actually see your content ideas come to life. For me, YouTube is so much more than just another platform. It's an opportunity to evolve, expressing and discovering and staying aligned with my inner voice. But here's the thing, perspectives, which perspective you adapt, which perspective you choose, plays a more significant matter than you maybe know. I would say that your perspective is what actually matters. And you can adapt and apply a non-supportive perspective versus a supportive perspective. A supportive perspective is about acknowledge the value of celebrating small milestones, focusing on how much you learn from making a video, or seeing a genuine comment as a proof that your message actually matters. A non-supportive perspective, on the other hand, could be obsessing over low views, comparing yourself to others, or letting others or your own judgments stop you from posting at all. So which approach do you prefer and which perspective do you choose? I also think that YouTube is a wonderful place to create momentum, and for me, it has become my own private accountability partner. It's a place where I can express myself in real time and sharing my creator journey as it unfolds. And I truly believe that when we create from a place of passion, excitement, and love for what we do, we step into our flow state. A flow state is when we are most connected to our true selves, our inner selves. And that alignment is the most beautiful gift that we can offer this world. So before we move on, make sure to choose your perspective with intention. Which one supports your dreams? YouTube is also a wonderful place to break free from the demands of your fears. If you ever got caught in the trap of thinking that you need to become better before you go, or that it has to be perfect for you to release it, I want you to know this. Perfection is the opposite of growth. When we hear that voice inside our head telling us that we should make this better before we show it to anybody else, that is often and most likely a projection from your limiting beliefs, your fears, all constructed and projected by your current conditioned mind. Your mind is basically telling you, don't step out of this comfort zone. It doesn't take encounter your heart's desire. The conditioned mind Your intellect is always about keeping you safe. And safe for your brain is anything else than the unknown. The unknown, how magical or colorful it may be, your ego will always respond to that with fear. And don't get me wrong here. It's not about not wanting to become or do better. Better is a powerful word because yes, you can always improve your skills, expand your reach, and refine your inspired ideas, your structure, your content strategy. But if you wait until you're ready, you will never start. And if you never start, you will stay exactly where you are right now. YouTube lets you share your current knowledge, your current energy, and your current perspectives. And all those things are enough to help somebody out there right now. You never know who might stumble upon your video and feel inspired to make a shift in their life. Maybe start a side hustle, become more present, eat healthier, dare to believe in themselves, or starting to realize that they are worthy. Imperfection is growth. You don't have to read from a polished script. I often speak from my heart, and it's sometimes messy, a little bit over the place, and it will not attract everybody. But that's not the point. Trying to attract or adapt to everybody else's opinion is the opposite of living a life with alignment with your inner voice and your true gifts. YouTube is, if you perceive it that way, mindset mastery in action. Because when you're putting yourself out there, doing something that you haven't done before, the alarm clocks within your mind will probably start to become very loud. The fear of failure, disguised as I want to do it perfect, fear of not being good enough. I can relate to all those things because I used to think, what if I look back after 1 year of posting, look back at my previous videos, content, whatever, and cringe? But here's the thing. Courage today create tomorrow's success and wins. And we dare to show up even if it's messy, even uncertain. We give our future something to look back on with pride. Gratitude if we are wise to choose that perspective. When you commit to consistent content creation, like here on YouTube, if it does excite you, that maybe even scares you a little bit, you are training more than your creative muscles. You are actively rewiring your subconscious mind and gaining a new entrepreneur mindset. Because entrepreneurship at its core is about stepping into the role of the creator, the one who takes initiatives, experiments, innovates, and organizes ideas into something of value. By definition, that is creativity in action. And YouTube, if you allow it, can help you with that. Every upload, every piece of content, every experiment becomes a part of the process of shaping not just your business, but the way you think and lead yourself as an entrepreneur. And hey, we have the long-term benefits with YouTube. In the opposite of many other platforms out there, like Instagram or TikTok and so on, the YouTube algorithm actually wants to work for you. It wants to identify your content and identify the ideal viewer for your content and start to push it. And in the beginning, the algorithm may not always and probably will not successfully push your content, but that is okay because it will learn as you explore and find new ways of creating, expressing, and sharing your value to the world. And YouTube doesn't only push new content. It can pick up and promote videos you created years ago. And that means that your channel and everything you create on it eventually becomes a hub of marketing what you want to offer the world. You are actually putting the pieces together in your own marketing engine. But here's the key. You have to enjoy it. Because if you're not, you will not stick long enough to see the magic happen. So keep showing up. The system will keep on building even if you don't see the whole picture yet. And I want to share 3 valuable reminders with you. Don't compare your beginning with somebody else's middle. It is easy to feel discouraged when you see other successful content creators within your chosen DreamBiz niche lane. And yeah, of course, it has the power to inspire us, and that is the purpose. That's how I choose to perceive it. But it also sometimes, for many, do the actual opposite thing. This is where many get stuck. It's like we get so dazzled by other people's greatness and the light from their huge success so much that we forget the path just ahead of us. We don't see it. We don't recognize the small steps that we could actually take today because we think they are so great, I cannot ever catch up. But remember, they were beginners too once in their journey, as we all are whenever we are aiming for something else. And remember this, the only time it's a great idea to use comparison is when you look back on your own journey to recognize how far you have actually come to build and strengthen that confidence within yourself. But don't compare ever to anybody else. Comparison, no. Inspiration, yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes it's not the big names or the great success that inspire us to take action, but the people that are just a few steps ahead of us, because they are close enough to where we are right now, and the distance from where we are at and they are is not that wide, so that their success light spills over to our place, so we can actually see the steps, and we see that it is possible because they just did it. And that is so valuable to keep in mind when you are creating your own dream live biz, because you can also serve as that person just a couple of steps ahead. The worst case scenario isn't bad at all. So what is the absolute worst thing that could happen? That nobody watches, or that somebody gives you a mean comment. Nobody gets you. You have still engaged with doing something you love. Talked, created, edited, filmed, I don't know, but you have engaged with something very close to your passion. You have grown your skills and building your brand presence, of course. And that is never wasted time, because results, they are just the bonus. The goal is nothing. The journey is everything. And the goal, living it, exploring it, engage with it, is what gives you fuel, positive fuel, on this journey we call life. And here's the truth. Not everybody will like you, and that is a good thing. When we realize that, it's liberating. It gives us the chance to break free from identifying with other people's opinions, of letting other people's thoughts of us define us, dictates where we want to go and what we should not do. Because trying to live by everybody else's terms, what other people think that we should do, should be, should not do, should not be, means that we are living on other people's terms. And that is the exact opposite of creating a life aligned, creating a life that you want to live. Because when you start worrying about what everybody else might think, like or dislike, you're setting yourself up for an impossible task. It's exhausting. And honestly, it's a trap, because the truth is, it's a contradiction itself. If group A loves your X but dislikes your Y, while group B loves your Y but dislikes your X, who are you going to surrender to? Who are you going to adapt to? No matter what you choose, one side will disapprove. So choose you. So the question becomes, do you shrink yourself to please others, or do you show up fully as you, your current self, and attract the people who are meant to resonate with your voice. When you show up truly as yourself, everything shifts. People who truly resonate with your energy will naturally be drawn to you. And those are the connections, the community that are genuinely worth building and investing in. But even more importantly, it's about living closer and closer aligned with your inner true self. So what are you waiting for? YouTube can be the place where your messy first steps turns into a meaningful business. Start before you're ready, because your story, your passion, and your voice are enough now.